Welcome everybody for being here. Welcome to the Masterclass from Breakup to Badass, where you're going to learn how to heal your heart. Let me access people here. How to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. Welcome, my name is Janita Puy, and I'm thrilled to have you here today. So before getting started, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me right? Put yes in the chat. You don't need to speak if you don't want to, but just put a yes in the chat. And thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you so much. Perfect. And before we get started, let me know if also you can see my slides. Can you see the slides right now? Say yes. Yes, perfect. Catalina, thank you for being here. I love you guys. So, I'm checking because I was here, I think last week I was teaching a class. I teach classes to older adults. And for a while, I think I went for like 2 minutes without any slides showing. It was so like really embarrassing. So it's great that you can see it. Awesome. So welcome everyone. Before I get started, I want to make sure that I have your full attention, right? Because I'm going to give you my everything and I want to make sure that you do too. So put your phone on silent. I just did, well, it's always off. And I texted my mom because my mom, she's like, she calls me and then I don't answer. And then she calls me 3 or 4 more times. So I'm like, okay, mom, please. Yes, Nikki. Like, I'm like, please do not call me right now because I'm in an important class. So close out Instagram and Facebook. I know there's so many funny things there, so many cats, so many dogs. I love dogs. But right now, there's nothing that is going to help you to heal your heart, to reclaim your power and become the woman that you were meant to be on Facebook or Instagram. Although I follow some accounts and they have very good information. But today you're going to discover how to do that here. So grab a pen if you have one and get ready to take good notes today. Okay, I want to get to know you a little bit so I can better serve you. And I would love if you can put it in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you right now? And what is your beverage? What are you drinking right now? I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, so I want to test that you can actually read the chat. Like the chat is right there. Actually have some water today. I'm going through menopause, so I was reading that, maybe no a lot of coffee because cortisol goes up and I have like this belly funny pack that I don't like. So no. Okay, dialing from Cape Town, Nikki, that's amazing. South Africa, drinking tea and water. Judy, Flintstone, Georgia, just drinking water right now. I wanted to put some lemon in the water, but I haven't gone to the supermarket. So basically, no lemon for me, just water. So I want you to take a deep breath. Let's do it together. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now I want to hear from you. Why is it important for you to finally feel like yourself after a breakup, after a divorce? Just maybe, if you want to, if you feel like it, just drop a word or sentence in the chat. There's no right answer. This is your space. And maybe, it's because you want to have peace. You want that peace back. I mean, I'm sure I wanted it like 4 years ago. Or maybe because you're tired of pretending. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe because you're missing the version of you that used to laugh, to light up, to feel alive. So whatever it is, just share it. You can put it in the chat. This is just women here today. This is a room full of beautiful people and I can see you in the screen. So thank you so much for being here. We're not here to judge, we're here to heal. So go ahead and tell me, why is it important to finally feel like yourself again? It's okay if you don't want to share because I deserve it. Yes, because I want peace of mind. Yes, I think, when this happened to me, I wanted peace. It was tough, and I wanted to find myself. So thank you so much, Judy, to feel vibrantly authentic. Life is worth it. Yes, yes, it is worth it. So I would love you. I invite you to put a yes in the chat. Do you want to feel whole again? Do you want to reconnect with your power? Do you want to glow into the life that you deserve? And maybe you're not going through a breakup, but maybe you're going through something in your life because we're going through many things in your life. Yes, Nikki, thank you so much. This is amazing. Bernadette, thank you so much. Yes, of course, we want to feel whole again. We want to reconnect with ourselves. We want to have power. We want to glow. So this is for you if this talk is for you if you're still in the early stages of the breakup. You feel like maybe you feel completely stuck, heartbroken, or lost, and you're still there, even a breakup or divorce, and you're not sure of who you are without the relationship. Maybe you're exhausted and don't even know what to start. Has it happened to you? Because it happened to me when, I was there when I got divorced. Or B, this is for you if you're divorced or broken up, but you haven't truly healed. I mean, you have done some work, but you're still carrying the guilt, the anger, the sadness. You're functional. Yes, we are. We're women. We're always functional, but actually not fully free. So you want to move forward, but something keeps pulling back. Or C, you're no longer in crisis. You have moved on, but you're ready for more. You want to deepen your confidence, upgrade your habits, and create the next chapter with boldness and joy. And you want to glow all the way up. I mean, I'm sure I do, and I have met so many women like you, and I'm sure that you do too. So write in the chat, which are you? Are you A, B, or C? Are you A, you feel completely stuck, heartbroken, or lost? Or maybe you're B, you're divorced, but you haven't truly healed? Or maybe you're C, I mean, you've moved on. You're a woman, you have healed, but I mean, it's never too late to get, more, more tools to feel free. So Nikki, C, Judy, C, perfect, awesome. So that's amazing because it does not matter where you are. It does not matter if you're an A, you're a B, or a C. But today you will discover how to grieve with intention. What is this? Instead of rushing to move on, you'll create a space to fully honor what was lost. The relationship, the dreams, even the version of yourself that loved with your whole heart. Real healing begins when you stop pretending you're okay and allow yourself to feel. So also, you will discover how to let go and reclaim. You'll learn how to release the old stories, the guilt, the attachment that are keeping you stuck. And at the same time, you'll reclaim your voice, your energy, your time, everything that's rightfully yours to build your new life. And also, you'll discover how to own your power. You'll rebuild your confidence, strengthen your boundaries, and stop letting the past control your future. This is where you shift, listen to me, from victim to creator. Choosing who you become, not who you've been. And last, walk into the new you. Finally, you'll step into the identity of the woman you are becoming, the woman who leads with clarity, with love, the unstoppable self-trust. You'll stop surviving. I don't like that word, surviving, and start glowing, living a life that feels fully beautiful yours. So, if you haven't found a way that truly heal and move forward, that way that take a step forward, I have to tell you something. It's not your fault. It's not your fault because this isn't something that you were taught in school. You weren't taught to heal. You were taught to survive, not to process, release, and rebuild from the inside out. And it's not your fault because most women, we're doing it backwards. We try to fix the outside. I mean, maybe you can put a yes in the chat. Like a new job, a new body, maybe a new hair, right? Like I changed my hair. So I try to do the outside and not the inside without healing the emotional core. And it's not your fault because there's a piece missing. You didn't just lose a relationship, you lost parts of yourself, and no one gave you the path to get them back until now. Because today, that all ends. Because I'm going to show you how to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman you were meant to be. So let's do this. I mean, maybe you want to close your eyes. Well, I cannot close my eyes because I cannot see you. But you can close your eyes, you can breathe in, you can breathe out. And imagine you can have a magic wand. I would love that, especially for my belly. But anyway, and you can make this situation happen. So imagine this. Imagine that you wake up, right? Feeling light, feeling peaceful, feeling whole. No more tightness in your chest. No more waking up with a pit in your stomach. You feel calm, you feel clear, you feel excited about your life again. Or maybe you know exactly who you are and you love her. You love that woman in front of the mirror, in front of the camera right now. You're not longer defined by what happened to you. You trust yourself. You set boundaries without any guilt. You walk into the room with quiet confidence. Or imagine this, that you create a life that it feels like freedom, like joy, like power. Your days are full of things that light you up. You laugh, you love, you lead yourself without wanting for permission or validation from anywhere. And you know, I get it. I do. I know what it feels like to wake up and not even recognize your own life anymore. Maybe to stare at the walls of your house and wonder, man, how did I get here? Mm-hmm. Because a few years ago, I was right there too. 1 minute, I thought I was building a forever life, married, settled, dreams of a family, laughter, vacations, growing all together. And the next, I was sitting on a Zoom call, hearing the man I had built my life with say the 3 sentences that changed my life, and suddenly everything collapsed. My marriage, my dreams, my sense of safety, and my sense of self. Let me see if I can do this. All right. I wanted for you to see me first, because I kind of want to take you back to that moment. So put a yes in the chat if you have ever seen the show Sex in the City. Just put a yes. Let's see who knows Sex in the City in here. Yes, Nikki, and yes, you do know Sex in the City. Okay, so in one episode, Carrie was broken up with a post-it note by her boyfriend, Berger. A post-it note. And I hope that I'm saying that right. For me, girls, it was even worse. My husband broke up with me via Zoom. Yes, via Zoom. You know, this is the digital age. I'm laughing because I'm healed. But girls, I remember sitting there on that Zoom call looking at the man that I had built my life with for 7 years, and him saying the words that shattered everything, everything that I thought it was real. And he said something like this: there are three things that keep a marriage together: kids, history, love. We don't have kids. Our history isn't that deep, and I'm not in love with you anymore. Girl, that was the moment my marriage ended and everything inside of me collapsed. Because as I see it now, it wasn't just the end of a marriage, it was the death of a future that I had planned for so long. The dreams of a family, the grandkids, the shared vacations, the little things, like having someone to hold my hand during a movie as we grew old together. In that instant, I didn't just lose a partner, I lost my home, my sense of security, my identity, and even my Harley Davidson, which I had to sell. Anyway, but that's another story. But I lost the version of myself that believed everything was finally going to be okay. I felt like the black sheep of the family all over again. I don't know about you, but it's me. Yes, I'm the black sheep of my family. The one who never got it right. And I kept asking myself, why me? What did I do wrong? Am I just not lovable? And the shame, girls, of starting over in my late 40s with no roadmap. I wasn't just heartbroken. I really felt humiliated. And honestly, I have to say, exhausted. I was exhausted mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I was so tired of being the strong one. And if you're feeling any of that right now, or you have in the past, because I see your faces and I think you can relate to this. I want you to know you're not crazy. You're not broken. You are, listen to me, you're in the middle of your rebirth. And if you're here, it's because you needed to be here and listen to this message. But here's what I didn't know back then, right? You don't have to have all figured out to start over. And this is for everything in life, just not just breakup, but for everything. You just need a spark. And somehow I found one. Look, I was terrified. I have to tell you the truth. I was terrified. I was scared. But what would my life be now? I moved again to the United States after 12 years in Colombia. But even in the chaos, I recognized the feeling. I had been there before or here before. In the middle of collapse, in the middle of adversity, in the middle of chaos. I left Venezuela came to the United States to Colombia, Colombia to Venezuela, to the United States. I reinvented myself coming here. I lost 2 jobs. I battled an eating disorder. Everything happened to me. And through what I now see is that through each of those moments, there was a path and a system I followed. And I have to tell you, not because someone gave it to me. It's not like this is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, but because I built it brick by brick with every adversity. I didn't make the pain go away because I was hurt, but it gave me a way through it. So even though I was afraid, I knew I needed to trust the process. And that system helped me glow. And I gotta be honest with you, it was not all at once and not in a big dramatic moment. It's like winning the lottery. No, it didn't happen that way, but it happened gradually, not just to cope, not just to move on, but to glow into my power, my voice, and the version of myself I was always meant to be. Sorry, I get emotional with this. So, this is me now, or how you can see me now, right? Radiant, peaceful, and deeply aligned. But not because my life went according to plan, because it didn't. I mean, you can put a yes in the chat. Yes, Deb, I know, like life doesn't go the way we plan. Actually, it completely fell apart. And that Zoom call shattered everything I thought I had built. But that breakdown became the turning point. Because from that moment on, I started doing the real work, not to bounce back, but to rebuild forward. And I allowed myself to grieve with intention. I let go of the stories that kept me stuck. I reclaimed my body, my time, my joy, and I started walking into a new version of me. Stronger, softer, more self-assured. And you know what? It didn't just help me heal, it helped me find my purpose. Today I feel better than I ever have. I have my moments, of course. If my friends are here, they know I have my moments. But today I feel better than I have ever have. And I'm doing work that lights me up. Look at my face. I'm light up. I give keynotes, I run workshops on emotional resilience, reinvention. I help Latina entrepreneurs, professionals, and women going through breakups or midlife pivots take their power back and step into the next chapter. And I've coached women who felt like they were falling apart. I know because I've been there. And now they're starting businesses, setting boundaries, dating with joy, and becoming the version of themselves they always knew they were, right? And me, I have to tell you, I don't feel resentment. I feel gratitude because that heartbreak was the best thing that have ever happened to me. It gave me clarity, it gave me strength, and it gave me a blueprint to help other women rise too. And I don't just teach, I live it every single day. So I have to tell you something. You all have value. Put a yes in the chat if you think that way. You have value and you deserve to heal your heart and become the badass. I don't know if that's a bad word, but I tried to do something in Instagram and it said beep. So maybe it's a bad word, but badass, you know you are. So I want to ask you, if you want this, go ahead and put in the chat, I am in. Let me see that chat because I don't have it open. Yes, and yes, Nikki, I'm in. Perfect, Deb, I'm in. Judy, Bernadette, awesome, that's awesome. And this is not for my benefit. Just put it in the chat, I'm in, perfect. This is for your benefit. You know, there was a recent study, I think it was a 2025 study by Harvard Business Review that shows that we are 8 times more likely to have success with our dreams, our goals, our purpose, and our vision if we share them in writing in a group of like-minded people, like beautiful women like you are. So if you want to be 8 times more likely to heal your heart, to reclaim your power, to become the woman that you were meant to be, now is the moment. Now is your time to put it in the chat. I think everybody did it. I'm in, and that's the attitude. That's the attitude. So before we move on, I want to address an elephant in the room. So maybe you're thinking, okay, beautiful, Danita, like, where are you going with this? I feel like at the end, she's going to make me some kind of invitation. And you know what? Yes, I'm going to make you an invitation because I do want you to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the badass woman that you were meant to be. And I do want that for you to go from breakup to badass. So yes, I do have an invitation for you, but you will have completely control whether or not I do it or not. Like I give you the invitation. So this is how it's going to work. I will offer nothing but value, and you're going to be able to play full out. You're not accidentally here, listen to me, buying a timeshare. You're not. By engaging in the chat, you can actually engage. So don't worry about it. And then when I get to the time to make the invitation, I'm going to ask you, did I earn the right to make you an invitation? And if I did, I will make the invitation. And if I didn't, I will pause early, Thursday, maybe I'll have a glass of wine. I will make myself another coffee. Well, actually, no, I don't need more coffee, basically. So is that a deal? Put yes in the chat if you agree. Okay, perfect. Okay, hold on. All right, so we are in agreement. So you must be asking yourself, okay, Janita, yes, you have mentioned things, you told your story, but how do you heal your heart? Or how do I heal my heart, reclaim my power, and become the woman that I was meant to be? Because I know you do. And that's what I have for you today. So this is Glow, the Breakup to Badass Blueprint. It's a 4-step journey to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. So what we're gonna see today first is the G of Glow, right? This is grief with intention. Honor what you have lost so you can begin to truly heal. Nice. And then we go to L, the let go and reclaim. Release what's holding you back and reclaim your voice, your energy, and your power. I know how you're feeling right now. I do. I was there. And then you own your power. You rebuild your confidence, you set your bold boundaries, you shift from victim to a creator. And then you walk the W of Glow, you walk into the new you. You stepped into your new chapter with clarity, courage, and unapologetically self-trust. So let's go from the start. Let's go to grief with intentions. And I'm going to give you, for each of the letters of the acronym, I'm going to give you one tool that you can use right now to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. So, grief with intention. What does that mean? Instead of rushing to move on, you're going to create a space to fully honor what was lost. The relationship, the dreams, and even the version of yourself that loved with your whole heart. Because real healing begins when you stop pretending you're okay and allow yourself to heal. Let me tell you the truth about grief. If you don't feel it, you store it right here. Like you're seeing my hands right here in your heart. And when you store it, it leaks out in places you don't expect. Your health, your decisions, your relationships, your energy. You have to feel it. I was actually recording an episode yesterday with Valeria, who is in the call, and we were talking about control, and we were talking about how emotions can actually impact your health in a bad way if you don't feel it. So when my marriage ended, girls, I didn't just grieve the man. I grieved the life I thought we were building, the home, the kids, actually the grandkids that we never had. I was dreaming about taking care of the grandkids, the future that would never be. And I know you get it. And I had no idea how to process that kind of emotional collapse because no one teaches you that. People teach you to survive, not to actually feel. And that's why this first step is so important. You're not grieving because you're weak. You're not weak. You're grieving because you love deeply. And sometimes that's scary. But maybe you're asking yourself, so how do I grieve? Well, most people don't know how to grieve, especially women like us, who've been praised for being strong, for keeping it together, for not making a scene, right? Put a yes in the chat if you feel like, yes, you have to be strong for the kids, for the husband, for the house. And I was talking about it with Valeria yesterday about this. Yes, perfect. So when everything falls apart, we don't know what to do with the heartbreak. I mean, we try to move on, but the pain doesn't let us move on sometimes. Grieving with intention means you don't let the grief control you, but you don't, listen to this, you don't avoid it either. And this, over the years, I've worked with dozens of women through divorces, breakups, and midlife pivots. And these are the same patterns I see over and over that keep them stuck. And for me, it happened as well. So, number one, trying to rush the healing. You gotta leave it. I remember a quote. I have him on my cell phone. I have a list. Every time I listen to something, I have a list that says quotes or phrases, right? And it was from My Girl. That was a show in television, and and he said the only way through it is to go through it. And I'm like, wow, that's profound. So sometimes what I see in trying to rush the healing, if I just stay busy, I won't have to feel it. But what we suppress always returns louder. You can't outrun your own heart. Or maybe, the mistake too is skipping grief and jumping into productivity, like a new job, a new body, a new man, but the same pain underneath. Healing isn't about distraction, it's about integration. Or mistake number three, believing something's wrong with you, right? Like for feeling sad. You're not broken. You, listen to me, you are not broken, you're human. And this moment doesn't mean you have failed, it means you are alive and you are becoming. You can't rebuild your life if you've never taken the time to honor what you've lost, to accept it, right? And again, this is not only about breakup, it could be a loss, it could be a job, it could be something else. But we all feel this way. So grief with intention doesn't mean crying all day. It means giving your emotions a container, a space, letting them move and letting them breathe. I have a client who went to a workshop and she said, I didn't think I had the right to grieve because I was the one who left. But I taught her that grief doesn't follow logic, it follows love. She gave herself permission to cry in the shower, to light a candle every night, and finally say goodbye to the version of herself that kept trying to hold it all together. So this is one of a simple practice that you can do. Set a 15-minute timer, right? You can sit down with your journal. I know some people that love to write. Or in my case, walk in nature and ask yourself, what do I need to feel right now? Remember, the goal is not to fix it. The goal is to feel it so you can flow through. Most people think grieving will break them, but the truth is, like, grieving with intention is what puts you together. So what's the outcome here? If you grieve, if you let yourself grieve, you stop carrying emotional weight that was never meant to be permanent. You begin to hear your own voice again because you let it go. You're not attached. You create a space mentally, emotionally, spiritually for something new. You start feeling like yourself again, not overnight, remember, but piece by piece. And you release the fear of falling apart because you realize you can hold yourself together through anything. Look at the past. You have done it over and over and over. Grief doesn't mean something wrong with you. It means something matters. And letting it move through you is how you become whole again. Then we go to the L, let go and reclaim. I think this is gorgeous. Like when you let go, you feel free, you liberate. You learn how to release the old stories, the guilt, the attachment that are keeping you stuck. And at the same time, you reclaim your voice, your energy, your time, everything that's yours to build. You cannot build a new life if you're dragging the old one behind us. You agree on that, right? Put a yes in the chat. You can, I'm going to say it again, and you can write it if you have your notebook. You cannot build a new life if you're dragging the old behind you. So this step is where we get real about what we're still carrying, the guilt, the blame, the resentment, the old stories like I felt like I'm not lovable. Like in my marriage, I thought I was the one to blame because I did something wrong. And again, I fell. When I was packing my things to leave the house, I shared with my ex, I found myself wanting to keep so many things, so many objects. The plates that I got from my mother's wedding, the chair that I bought in Barranquilla. And it was so hard to let go because they were part of the life that I was never going to have again. But then I realized that we hold onto objects the same way we hold onto identities, and they weight us down. So when I was with my friends one day in Colombia after my separation, before coming back, I was talking to Sylvia, one of my friends, and I'm like, yeah, I need to bring everything. And she's like, why don't you travel light? And girls, it was an aha moment. You have no idea how liberated it was to put everything in Marketplace and come back with 6 suitcases. Thanks to my friend that came to pack with me. But this is important. So letting go is liberating. So many women think letting go means they're giving up. No, we're not giving up. We're just realizing the truth. Letting go is not the same as losing. Letting go is choosing yourself over a story that no longer served you. So you're not giving up, you're giving yourself permission to breathe. You're not giving up, you're walking away. You're walking toward what's next. And you're not erasing the past. You're writing a new chapter. And when I finally let go, not just of my marriage, but of the expectations and the guilt, and again, it wasn't easy, the shame, I felt something that I hadn't felt in a long time, lightness. So that was the first time in months that, I laughed because I cried a lot. And that's when I knew this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of my comeback. And, I've worked with Marcela before, and she, up until now, she says that the tools that I gave her are the ones that she needed to overcome the different adversity that she overcame when we were working together. And a simple practice for letting go. Write a list of what's still holding on. What? For example, and maybe, what are you still holding on? Not even in a breakup, but what is it, right? Don't run away from something, run towards something. I love that, Carolina. Thank you so much. That's a great quote. I'm just going to save it for my quote list. But I want you to think, and maybe you can write it in the chat. What am I still holding on to? In your marriage, in your life, in your job? I mean, is it the wedding dress, the engagement ring, the gift for your anniversary, the victim role? I mean, following him on Instagram, the WhatsApp conversation for 7 years, whatever it is, the pictures. It's hard. It's hard to let go. But when you do, you feel liberated. So today, commit to just one thing to let go in your life. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as unfollow, or it could be as simple as don't drink that soda today. Whatever it is, commit to something today. Because remember one thing, your body is going to produce dopamine when you do one thing. And dopamine is going to make you feel better. as you accomplish just one thing today, it would be easier to accomplish something else. So when you truly let go and reclaim what's yours, here's what changes. You stop replaying the past and start deciding your future. You stop asking for permission to want what you want, and you finally feel like your life belongs to you again. Not to the version of you in the relationship, but the version of you now. This is your reclaiming season because you have earned it. Then we go to the O, and we're finally almost there. Own your power. You'll rebuild your confidence, strengthen your boundary, and stop letting the past pain control your future. This is, I love this, but this is where you shift, and I said it before, from victim to creator, choosing who you become, not who you have been. And this is the moment where we stop playing small. I know we needed to feel, we needed to let go, but this moment, we're not playing small. You have spent so long adjusting who you are to keep the peace, to keep the relationship, to keep it all together. But what if owning your power didn't make you selfish? It made you whole. Owning your power is about remembering that you have a voice, a body, a truth, and it matters. When I gave my first conference talk after my divorce, I almost didn't do it. I didn't feel like I had anything left to say. But you know what? I showed up. I stood on that stage, as beautiful as that girl laughing, and I told my story. And when I saw women crying in the audience and coming to me, like to talk to me, saying that I gave them hope, something inside me clicked. This wasn't just about healing anymore. This was my mission. And this is some of the things that I've seen, the mistakes to avoid. Sometimes we avoid things. At some point after my divorce, I realized I was moving through a life in autopilot. And we live that way sometimes, doing the things, showing up for the people, trying to stay strong. But inside, I have to tell you, I was shrinking. I was afraid to take up space. I was afraid to say what I really wanted, afraid to disappoint anyone else. So I just kept disappointing myself. So I started asking myself, because remember, the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. What am I avoiding that's actually costing me my power? And wow, the answers. So mistakes in this part, not asking for help, because you didn't want to seem weak to everybody else, or maybe not resting because you think you needed to hustle to feel worthy again, or maybe, dating, because it happened to me. Like I thought, well, no one's ever gonna love me again, or whatever it is. So avoidance is sneaky. It shows up dressed as busyness, overthinking, perfectionism, or even people pleasing. But here's the truth. Every time you avoid something, you give it power over you. But at the moment that you face it, even a little bit, it's okay. You start taking the power back. Carolina, asking for help is a sign of strength. Yes, it is. Just like, my friend Paulette, when she came to me and she did a coaching program with me, and she was, she took her power back, she owned her voice, and I helped her through becoming the person she wanted to be for something that she was going through in that moment. So one single practice to own your power: stand in front of a mirror every morning and just say an affirmation. It could be something as simple as, I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Girls, I did this for 8 months and I reprogrammed my brain. And I did it in a time that it was tough. And it changed my life, and it has changed the life also of my clients. Love that. Well, it's simple. Just look at the mirror, Maybe caress yourself and say, I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Power isn't dominance, it's self trust. When you own your power, the outcome is transformational. You stop living in reaction mode and then start leading the life with intention. You set clear boundaries. You start taking care of yourself. You no longer seek external validation from all the people. And of course, last but not least, the W, walk into the new you. Finally, you step into the identity of the woman you're becoming, the woman who leads with clarity, love, the unstoppable you. You'll stop surviving and start glowing, living a life that feels fully, that feels yours. And this is where it all comes together. You have felt, you have released, you have reclaimed, and now you get to walk into the version of yourself that's been waiting underneath it all. And this isn't about going back to who you used to be, because that person might be dead too. This is about becoming the woman you were always meant to be, before the heartbreak, before the doubt, before the compromises. She's not some future version of you. She's already here. You just need to say yes to her. Put it in the chat. Say yes to the version of you, the badass that you know that you are, but maybe you're going through things. And this is where everything changes, not because the pain never happened, but because it no longer controls you. One of my clients said, I used to walk into a room and shrink. Now I walk in and people feel me before I even say a word. I love that. And at this stage, you're not asking for permission to feel happy. You're not waiting to be chosen, to be validated or rescued. You're living from a place of alignment, where your choices match your values, where your dreams are no longer on the back burner. You're dressing differently, maybe speaking differently, maybe showing up differently, not because someone told you, but because this is who you are now. And this is what Noraida said when she did our coaching program, that she saw changes, not only personal, but also in her professional life, because she was walking the walk, right? So one single practice that it could work for you, maybe do affirmations. Affirmations are powerful sentences that motivate you. I mean, how do you talk to your friends? You can do everything, you're perfect. How do you talk to yourself? You cannot do anything, you're ugly. So start talking to you and start saying, I'm capable of achieving my dreams. I attract positivity, abundance into my life. Your glow up isn't just a look, right? It's a lifestyle. And it starts when you stop waiting to feel ready and start moving like it's already yours. So let's recap the system. We have the G, which is grief with intention. Honor what you've lost so you can begin to truly heal. We have the L, let go and reclaim. Release all that's holding you back and reclaim your voice, your energy. Or the O, own your power, rebuild your confidence, set bold boundaries, and shift from the victim to the creator. And finally, step into your next chapter with clarity, courage, and trust. I'm telling you, you can heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman you were meant to be. Yes, you can. But you might be thinking, okay, so how do I heal? I want this in this moment, and I don't know how to do it. So this is what I mentioned to you before. And I'm going to ask you, do you want an invitation? You get to decide. You can put it in the chat. I said I was going to give you an invitation, but you have to say yes in the chat. So do you want an invitation? Yes, please. Do you want the invitation to heal from breakup to badass, to heal, to become? Put a yes. Yes, thank you, Anne. So how can I heal my heart, reclaim my power, and become the woman you were meant to be? It's simple, girls. You have the slow way, through trial and error, and you can never get back the money, the time that you spend away crying from family, listening to sad stories. But obviously you're here, you want results. so you can have the fast way. And with your permission, I'll love to show you how you can get results. You can see it, like you can feel how you are. And this is what I have for you. This is an official invitation to join me to the brand new From Breakup to Badass workshop, how to reignite your power and glow up after a breakup. It's a 3-hour virtual workshop at the end of the month. And I have to tell you something before I get all excited and tell you how you can heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman you were meant to be. I've got to tell you who this isn't for. If you rather make excuses than make things happen, this workshop is not for you, because this program was created to create results, to create hope, inspiration, and action. From Breakup to Badass Workshop is a 3-hour transformational experience designed for women who are ready to stop whining, spinning in the pain or of a breakup, and finally start rebuilding their life stronger, bolder, and brighter than ever. This is not a webinar, this is not a lecture, this is a full-on workshop where we roll up our sleeves just like that and we go deep and do the actual work to get you glow back, because you have already lost enough time to someone who wasn't meant for your future. And this is about claiming what's next for you. So we're gonna grieve with intention, and you'll feel lighter, emotionally grounded, and no longer afraid of your own feelings. And you're going to be able to let go, to cut the ties, the patterns, the guilt, and the doubts keeping you stuck. You finally are going to stop obsessing over the past and start reclaiming your energy and your time. And you're going to own your power, rewire the thoughts, right? Reinforce your confidence and build boundaries like a queen, like the queen that you are. You're going to feel stronger with confidence. And you're going to walk into the new you. Yes, reconnect with the bold, the magnetic whole women you were always meant to be. And this is how it works. The format is a virtual workshop. You're going to have workbooks and exercises, real-time coaching with me, journal prompts, emotional reset exercise, breakout sessions, and the clarity to move forward with confidence. Just like Tisha mentioned that I did with a workshop that I did for Douglas County last month. And because I want this to be a full body yes, right? When you join today, you also get these bonuses. 1, you get the Breakup to Badass affirmation pack, yes, audio and written affirmations to rewire your mind and recenter your worth. And I remember Maria Paulina, when she was part of our coaching program, she said that this program helped her change many things in her life, and we want that, right? And the second bonus, you'll get visualization meditations designed to anchor you into the power and ignite the emotional calm that you have inside. And Paola Cartay, I have worked with her several times. She said that I have that empowerment to help people change, and that's what I want for you. And of course, a post-breakup reset workout. Why? Because we need to feel the energy so we can move forward. You don't want to be stuck, but you need body energy. Just like Judy, she has seen me dance many times, and she says that I radiate wellness, and yes, that's what I do. So what you will receive with this offer is a 3-hour live personalized coaching, the Breakup to Badass affirmation pack, also the glow up guided meditations, the post-breakup reset workouts, we all need it, yes. Eating for energy guide, because we need to take care of our body and nurture our body so we feel right. And I have a question for you before I tell you the special opportunity that I have for you right now. What would this be worth for you? I mean, think about it. If you could finally release that pain, that guilt, that has been there and weighting you down, what that be worth to you? If 1 week from now you woke up with peace in your heart and energy in your body, what would that be worth to you? If 1 month from now you could look in the mirror just like that and feel proud of the woman staring back at you, what would that be worth for you? And if by the end of this year you were no longer replaying the past, but instead creating a life that lights you up from the inside out, what would that be worth for you? And because you're here right now and you're going to be part of this new workshop based on my experience and the result that I've gotten from thousands of women from my coaching, my workshops, and the conference, and because you're an action taker, because you're here in this event today, you're going to get everything for just $97. It's just $97 to unlock the entire 3-hour virtual workshop and all the event resources, the material, the bonuses. Now, in just a second, I'm going to give you the URL, the site, but Nadette is going to help me. And you're going to want to go immediately to get the honor pricing and the honor bonuses and the fact action bonus as well. But before I do it, I have to tell you, you got to be ready to click. And if this feels like a sales technique, I have to tell you, yes, it is. Because I'm going to do everything that is in my power to get you to take action right now. Because I have seen the difference these kind of programs have made in my clients. And I've seen the transformation and the breakthrough in my life. And I do want that for you as well. The link is in the chat from Breakup to Badass Workshop. And we take all major credit cards and PayPal. And I guarantee that you will get value with that. And if for any reason you feel otherwise, or if you're unable to attend, simply let me know. And I apply this for your investment as another future event. So let's recap. We get the 3-hour workshops, the material, the affirmation pack, the glow up guided meditation, the post-breakup reset workouts, and also the eating for energy guide. The link is in the chat. Go ahead. This is Dia from Athena's Warehouse. She has hired me like 5 times to talk to women, Latina women 18. And she says the mindset first, then create a system of self-accountability. It is important. It is important. So this is what I have for you today. So remember to click. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. I know sometimes we would questions. So let's start with that. And if you guys, I'm almost finished. I know 1 minute left, but if you guys want to ask me some questions in the chat, you can put it in the chat right now. One of I'm just going to tell you something, but one of the biggest thing I hear from women, especially the ones who need this the most, is this. Danita, I really want to do this, but I'm just so busy right now. Do you listen? It's like, yes, we do that. I'm overwhelmed. I've got to work, maybe kids. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces. I don't know if I have the time. And listen, I get it. I really do. But let me ask you something from the heart. How long have you been feeling this way? How long have you been putting yourself at the bottom of the list? How long have you been surviving instead of thriving? Carrying the weight of that breakup, divorce, or whatever is happening to you. And here's the truth that changed everything for me. There will never be a perfect time to choose yourself, ever. There will never be a day when the to-do list is empty and that your heart is fully healed and the universe sends you a golden invitation to get your power back. You won't wake up one day magically ready. You become ready by taking the first step, even when it's messy, even when you're scared, even when life is still in pieces. And that's why I created this workshop, because I know the slow way. I lived it. The slow way is trying to do it all alone. The slow way is Googling answers at midnight with tears in your eyes. I'm sorry, ChatGPT answers at midnight because we don't Google anymore. The slow way is telling yourself you'll get to do it at some point when things calm down, but they never do. And the one day you look back and realize you have spent months or years stuck in the same emotional loop. What if instead you took one Saturday, just 3 hours, and used that time to change the direction of your entire chapter? And before we wrap, I just want to thank you for being here. You show up for yourself today, and that really matters. And I really appreciate it. And whether you're still navigating the heartbreak or starting to feel the stirrings of what's next, showing up, listen to me, showing up is the best form of healing. And I see you. I do. And this is the exact path I used to go from broken on a Zoom call to glowing with purpose, energy, and clarity. And it's the path that's helped so many of my clients move from survival to self-trust. And now I know some of you might be still on the fence, and I get it. Change is hard. Investing in yourself can feel scary, especially when your confidence has been shaken. So let me ask you this, and if you want to write it in the chat before we leave, if you're on the fence, I'd love to know why, because I can only help you if I do. Go ahead and finish the sentence in the chat. I'm on the fence because. But here's what I know. This workshop isn't just information, it's transformation. I have seen it, Valeria and I have seen it every time we do our cohort together for the Spanish group. You become the woman who doesn't just move on, you rise. You become the woman who glows. Thank you all for allowing me to share the system that has changed my life and the life of so many women I have worked with, because the biggest transformation wasn't just emotional, it was personal. I stopped waiting for someone to come and save me. It's hard because I did wanted somebody to save me, and I stopped trying to earn my worth through struggle. I remember who I was. And now I want that for you. And you get the full 3 hours of the break from Breakup to Badass workshop. You get the book, the bonuses, the affirmations, the meditation, the movement videos. All you need to do is say yes. And say yes to yourself. Look, my life is not going to change if you join. I'm not going out to dinner more often. But yours, if you come to the workshop, absolutely will change. So if you want to reclaim your power, glow up, and never again feel defined by someone else's rejection, go to the URL in the chat. Thanks once again for joining. I'm just going to leave the link one more time, and I would leave you. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me, and for trusting me. And you can always reach out if you have more questions. Thank you.